Manchester United finally have hope again. After Ruben Amorim was sacked midway through last season, club legend Michael Carrick stepped in, and against all odds, he managed to completely turn things around. Since his appointment, no team picked up more Premier League points than Man United, and that's what's earned him the permanent job. But now, the real challenge.
I've coached many teams: Clemson, but AC Milan, Manchester City, United, Chelsea, and many more. It's the respect. That's SG. He's a great YouTuber, like Sandy.
Challenge begins. Here we are, guys, managing Manchester United as Michael Carrick. Every decision we make must be from the lens of Carrick, and just like he did as a player, winning both the Premier League and Champions League, it's our goal today with Man United to bring back the glory days. Do you know what? Last few years, whenever we've done a video with Man United, it's always been a total rebuild, but it does look like some of the investments Man United have made, they have come together. This is a solid team that finished third in the Premier League last season, and with Carrick just keeping things simple, some good investments already coming in like T Elements, even Santos from Chelsea. Of course, there is still a lot of room for improvement, but winning the Premier League title does not seem that far off. First thing to discuss, the formation. I think it's pretty obvious Carrick likes the 4-2-3-1. He's not a manager who wants to complicate things. And one thing I'm sure he wants to do is give Bruno Fernandes as much freedom he wants. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Bruno's going to have complete freedom to get into the attack, drop deep, whatever he wants to do. Because I'm pretty clear, if we want Man United to achieve success, this team has got to be built around Bruno. Saying that, there are still a lot of big decisions we need to figure out. Menu as well as Santos. Which one of them starts? Because there's only place for one. The Elements is a guaranteed starter. I feel like Menu might be better for the balance, but the Brazilian Santos, he's a fine footballer. Then at the back, Maguire's 33. And I know he had a good last season. This is Manchester United. They deserve someone better, someone younger. And especially with Lisandro Martinez's fitness issues being a problem. Same with De Ligt. I think centre-back has got to be one of our top priorities this summer, and with that, even left back, because Luke Shaw is 31. To be fair, Man United's owners are not going to let me sign more players to that, because already the Elements as well as Santos have been brought in, and we've also got players like Marcus Rashford coming back from their loan spell. It does seem like in real life, Michael Carrick is going to give Rashford a chance, because Rashford is born and bred in Manchester, and there's no denying his talent. He had a solid season for Barcelona. I think that's why when we got
That's fine. Marcus Rashford on Nintendo. Let's see. You can check out that video.
to give Rashford a chance. Probably means we're going to have to move Mbumo to the right and then have Cunha as a starter, with Ahmad acting as more of a super sub. But you know what? Looking at this team, if we sort out the centre-back and left-back problem, I think we will have a team that can compete. Now, for the left-back spot, I've been seeing the funniest rumours of Lewis Kelly being linked to Man United. I see no way a Premier League winning Arsenal would let one of their top prospects leave. Like, absolutely not. But on the flip side, there's been a lot of talk about Lewis Hall heading to Manchester. Newcastle are anyway being forced to liquidate their entire team by the looks of it. And you know what? I look at Lewis Hall's stats. Already 82 rated, 21 years old. Well, it looks like negotiations have not started off on a good front. I guess Newcastle are sick and tired of selling their players.
Have enough players to make decent start of them. Pissed off.
But it looks like things do change when you up the cash. 47 million is enough to secure the signing of Lewis Hall. Alright, that is now one of Michael
I even have many teams on player career.
Carrick's big problem solved. The left side of the team is looking really dynamic. I'm just hoping that Rashford can really hit peak form. But okay, now the bigger problem, a world-class centre-back. And you know what? I've got an idea. We're asking AI Michael Carrick,
Tecnologia!
who should Man United sign in the centre-back position to strengthen their defence? I'm curious to seeing the answer.
As AI Michael Carrick, I think we should sign an experienced but young centre-back between the ages of 24 and 27. We have enough depth with Yoro, Maguire, De Ligt and Martinez, so a starting 11 quality player who is physically dominant, can play the high line and receive the ball under.
Before we get back to the video, I've cut players. After Arsenal, before my channel got taken. too big. Give me a second. Here we go. This is one of my channels, like I said before. I streamed on this channel years ago. I even have mushroom. Twitch. And got it before. But yeah. I have this channel. This was the channel I was talking about. But since it's gone, it's no longer on YouTube.
Pressure would be perfect to start alongside Lenny Yoro.
This is the shortlist AI Michael Carrick has come up with. Bastoni, Murillo, and Ousmane Diomande. Also, one more thing did you notice? AI Michael Carrick rates Lenny Yoro extremely highly. I feel like Lisandro and Maguire are both going to be backup in this case. Lenny's going to be the one being trusted, and we're looking for an experienced centre-back to partner with him. Okay, I think AI Michael Carrick might be dreaming, bro. Bastoni ain't coming to Manchester. We just don't have the facilities for this. We used up a lot of cash on Lewis Hall. Murillo is more of a standard pick. We know what we'll get from him because he's got that Premier League experience. But for some reason, I'm kind of tempted to go with Diomande. Look at all the play styles he's got. And because he's even younger, I know he can grow rapidly. Remember, in one season, we're not going to convert Man United to title winners. It's a project that Michael Carrick is running. And that's why I want to think long term. Diomande is the centre-back pick we're choosing. 45 million, and he's the next Sporting player to join Manchester United. I think this squad looks now really competitive. The first 11 is solid. There's quite a bit of backup as well. The one big decision we're going to need to make, Mainu or Santos? Who's going to complete this midfield of Bruno and Tielemans? And you know what? I think that's got to be decided on the pitch. It's match day 1 in the Premier League. Manchester United taking on Tottenham. And to start with, Kobbie Mainoo does get the nod. My strategy is to give both Mainoo as well as Santos a fair chance. Oh, and there's Kobbie Mainoo already making his presence known. Good challenge, that. The plan is to play Mainoo for this entire game against Spurs, and then testing out Andre Santos in another game. I think only after like 90 minutes of football, we'll know where these two stand. Also, we need to know where Marcus Rashford stands as he gets past this man. Back from Barcelona. Still Rashford here. Can he open up space? No, Romero had that locked in. Lewis Hall, though, new signing coming through there. Let's see if he can deliver something in the box. Goes backwards for Marcus Rashford, who's again in space. Going for goal. What a strike that was, but Vicario stopped it. Definitely feel like with Michael Carrick, this Man United team is so direct. Oh, we have been opened up here in Lamens. He just got sat down there. And Solanke is legit mocking us right now. Not the start we wanted here with Man United, especially with all the signings we've made. I'll be honest, boy.
I'm about to say, he played for English, America, not Argentina. He's part Spanish. He speaks many languages.
Kobbie Mainoo has not been able to control the midfield. Tielemans is having to drop so deep to just collect the ball and bring it forward. Learned a lot in this first game, boys. Marcus Rashford, he's basically done nothing. Bruno Fernandes looking for Cunha. It's a lovely ball, and Bruno's continuing that run. He gets the ball. Bruno Fernandes, it's always him. Manchester United's captain with the goal. One thing about Mainoo is that his energy is amazing. Good tackle that from him, and now we can hit Spurs on the break. And Mbumo with the pace. If he can get this one inside, though, we can really create a proper chance. Still Mbumo looking to cut inside, but can't. Gotta say, though, second half, Mainoo's been much more direct, and he's got the passing range as well. Good ball for Marcus Rashford. Can he finally wake up and do something? No. Oh, but Mainoo wins that. Proper chance this. Kobbie Mainoo. Oh, it's off the post. But that's full time, and Man United's first game of the season with Carrick as the permanent manager ends as a draw. And you know what? I did not expect this. Mainoo has actually had the highest average rating in the team. Maybe that's because he was everywhere on the pitch. And to be honest, I did feel his presence. And now in the Champions League against Napoli, it's time to see what Santos can offer. Also, quite a few changes from Carrick. Cunha playing down the left, and Mbumo up top, and Ahmad has been brought in. That's because Rashford has not been reliable so far. All right, now it's on Santos. He needs to get a better average rating than 7.9 for him to get that starting spot. It's not going to be easy, but let's see what the Brazilian is capable of. Honestly, though, compared to both Menu as well as Santos, Superstar's been the elements, bro. So calm and composed in the midfield. Diamante's having a defend, which he messes up, and Romelu Lukaku almost scores. The one player I don't want scoring against Man United is Lukaku. Oh, and De Bruyne with the chance, but what a save from Lemens. He's one player that needs to build up his confidence, man. He had a horror show at the World Cup. Uh-oh, we've just been opened up, and Lemens threw him. The ball just flew in. Well, that's not going to help his confidence.
It's like this. Give me a second.
Wah, wah, wah. Will you cut that out?
Back in the Champions League, and we can see the gulf in quality here. And De Bruyne might make it 2-0 here. This is horrible as Lemens, what is he doing? He's completely out of position, and Napoli double up their lead. I won't lie, boys. It feels like Santos has only touched the ball from kickoff. Oh, Santos winning that with strength. Getting it for Ahmad. But we end up losing the ball. I know it's super harsh to be judging a player based on one game, but I do feel like Menu there was something about him that made him feel like he was everywhere on the pitch. And I feel like we're missing that kind of a player here against Napoli as Lukaku with the chance. I can't believe he scored that.
Wah, wah, wah.
I guess welcome back, Man United, to the Champions League. This was utter humiliation. Surprisingly, Andre Santos had the highest match rating, 7.6. But I'll be real, guys. I think my decision has been made. We're going to focus on Kobe Mainu. Santos will be a key part of the squad because, of course, we're going to need our bench. But we need to focus on developing Mainu this season. Based on what I've seen so far, I think this is probably our best 11. Forget like winning the Premier League or the Champions League. We still need a lot of time to grow, especially this backline of Diomande and Yoro. And we've still got a lot of weaknesses because I'm not impressed with Mazraoui. I still feel we're kind of using a makeshift attack. And Mbumo at striker just to try and fit in Ahmad and Cunha. Rashford's not firing, so we've got to do something about that. Let's make our way to January and just see where we are. I guess we are exactly where you would expect us to be. Third in the Premier League, better than the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea, but still not on the same level as the two big boys, Arsenal and Man City. In this first season, I don't think we're going to close this gap. We're just about getting used to playing both Champions League and Premier League football, which, by the way, isn't going that well, man. Look at the struggle in the Champions League. 21st is where we finished, almost getting knocked out, which, by the way, has ended in disaster as Man United finished 25th.
You serious?
Bro, in our return to the Champions League, out in the league phase itself, how on earth did we let that happen? And also because of this, Bruno Fernandes is pissed. He's the club captain who's desperate to try and win these big trophies in his career, and his contract is expiring at the end of the season. He could literally leave as a free agent, and we've given him no reason to stay. In fact, negotiations are not going well. Michael Carrick was willing to do anything to keep Bruno because he's the heartbeat of this team. And to be honest, even Bruno loves Manchester United. And that's why he was willing to stay if Man United met two conditions. First, winning a trophy this season. The second condition though, and that's the promise of a world-class striker. You know what? Those are all fair asks from Bruno because right now he's having to play with Mbeumo, who's not really a striker, doesn't make the same kind of runs. And with Cunha on the left performing so well, it makes sense that Bruno thinks that a striker is what this team needs. And let's be real, Sesko, Xerxes, they're not it. But of course, we gotta first satisfy Bruno's first demand, which is a trophy this season. Premier League, that is definitely not happening. City are just running away with it. But the Carabao Cup, we knocked out Everton in the semis, and we're facing Crystal Palace in the final. I don't know how we avoided facing any big team in this competition. And I know you can say that this is only the Carabao Cup, but it's a trophy that can build momentum for us. It can keep Bruno at this club to believe. And if we end up finishing third in the Premier League plus a Carabao Cup, I think it would make our season a relatively successful one. Amad Diallo opening up space. He's so good with his dribbling. Oh, that was a really good attempt. Mainu, who's earned his starting spot playing in a final. Tielemans now. Bruno Fernandes sees Cunha making that run. Back inside for Tielemans. Oh, he messed up the final ball. Tielemans has been such a good player as now. Amad Diallo on the charge, waiting for Bruno Fernandes to make that run. Captain Bruno. Oh, that's a brilliant finish. Big game, trophy on the line. Of course, it's our captain that steps up.
Of course.
Now on the other end, Mainu with a lovely ball. Bruno again. Nope. This time, Dean Henderson stops him. Bruno Fernandes probably has a lethal cross. It is, and Diomande almost. I feel like now Palace are under so much pressure. We get that second goal. It should be job done. Lovely ball. Matthias Cunha, are you kidding me? Ooh, Amad is there to collect the loose ball. Lovely turn that from him, and there's the finish. 2-0 up Manchester United, and there's no coming back from this. Bruno's got his trophy now, and it feels like even the squad knows what it means. He's signing the contract. Bruno stays to lead this project, and honestly, I'm so glad we're keeping Bruno, man. Even at the age of 32, he keeps growing. But not just that, 41 goal contributions. Are you mad? Cunha as well having a ridiculous season. Mbeumo too. And actually, we end up finishing second in the Premier League, 8 points off City. Not gonna lie, guys, this now feels like a very successful season. Yes, we had that setback in the Champions League, but honestly, I feel like the team wasn't ready. Next season, we should be. Lamens has gotten so much better. Backline as well. Diomande and Lenny Yoro are only going to get better. Of course, yes, we do need a new right back. That's going to be priority. And of course, the big change I want to make next season, move Mbeumo to the right and look to find a new striker. We might need to pull some levers to fund a massive striker signing, but I feel like that's the big difference between Man United winning the Premier League. And plus, we have made a promise to Bruno. Heading now into season 2, I think we need to have a chat with AI Michael Carrick. I'd go hard for Livramento.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And looks like he's Michael Carrick's #1 choice for the right back spot. Makes sense. There's also Malo Gusto. Jules Conde works, but I don't think we can lure him from Barcelona. I do feel bad though for raiding Newcastle again. But hey, if Michael Carrick wants him, we've got to go ahead and get him. 82 rated right back, can play on the left side as well. He's actually not a right back that's going to bomb forward. In fact, he's more of a player that'll be defensively secure. That 41 goal contributions. Are you mad? Cunha as well having a ridiculous season. We have made a promise to Bruno. Heading now into season 2, I think we need to have a chat with AI Michael Carrick. I'd go hard for Livramento.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And looks like he's Michael Carrick's #1 choice for the right back spot. Makes sense. There's also Malo, and that's going to decide whether we win the Premier League. Sense, because Cunha drifts inwards a lot of the times. Now, we only had to shell out 40 million to bring Livramento in. Alright, we've now solved the defensive problem of this team. I really like this backline, and I think it's only going to get better. But the big decision this season, the decision that's going to decide whether we win the Premier League or not, is who we go for the striker position. And Michael Carrick's #1 option seems to be Julian Alvarez. You guys know I love to sign him, but let's be real. There is no way Alvarez joins Man United. He's literally begging to join Barcelona. Some of the other options from Carrick's shortlist include Alexander Isak as well as Hugo Ekitike. But I'll be honest, they're and Michael Carrick's #1 option seems to be Julian Alvarez. You guys know I love to shine him, but let's be real. There is no way Alvarez joins Man United. He's literally begging to join Barcelona. Some of the other options from Carrick's shortlist include Alexander Isak as well as Hugo Ekitike. But I'll be honest, they're both playing for Liverpool. There's no way they're going to sell them to a direct rival. But on this shortlist, I like Victor Osimhen. He's already a proven striker, and we know what we'll get with him. And I think he's the kind of striker that would complement Bruno Fernandes. He makes a lot of runs in behind. That's his play style. And I can already imagine Bruno assisting him constantly. Bro might even break his own assist record. And we're pulling the trigger, boys. Osimhen is the number 9 we're choosing to try and win the big trophies. I'm now really liking where this squad is. The team also has clarity on how it wants to play both on the ball as well as off it. The one decision I'm kind of still struggling with, Mbeumo or Ahmad. In the big games, who should be trusted with the responsibility? Last season, Ahmad clutched up, bro. Scored in the Carabao Cup final, won us a trophy, but Mbeumo's got all the experience. He scored a lot of goals last season as well. Now, the best way to settle this decision is on the pitch. Theatre of dreams. We're facing Chelsea, and I'm going to start by giving Ahmad a run out. I think with Livramento behind him, Ahmad will have more freedom now to do what he does, and that's a good ball here for Bruno Fernandes, looking for Osimhen, and there he is in the box. That is why we spent almost 100 million to bring him in his first Premier League goal of the season. Now, Tielemans looking for the long ball for Osimhen. Oh, what control. Oh, the finish let him down. But are you seeing the movement Osimhen is making? Forget about Ahmad. Osimhen has so far transformed this Man United team. And at the back, Lenny Yoro now with confidence. Look at how well we're defending against this Chelsea team. Diomande, strong challenge that. More than our attacking firepower, seeing how strong our defending has been has impressed me. The Elements heads it down. Ahmad in free space. Oh my days. What a volley from Ahmad. And Mbeumo doesn't look all that happy on the bench. I was expecting Ahmad to have a decent game, but not this good. I don't know how Mbeumo's going to top this. In fact, Ahmad has more in his locker. He gets another one. Ahmad Diallo stepping up big time. Guys, we completely pummeled Chelsea. Ahmad had an average rating of 9.4. It's now over to you, Mbeumo. I do feel like we might have set up Mbeumo for failure, because he's going to have to prove himself against Barcelona. But you know what, guys? If this season we want to try and do well in the Champions League, we're going to have to show that we can hang with the very best. Mbeumo's going to have to show that. Lewis Hall, by the way, dealing with Lamine well there. I feel like our defense will really be tested in this game. Lamines, what just happened here? Guys, that shouldn't have gone in. Something crazy has happened. Oh, it came off Mbeumo. Don't tell me it's going to be an Mbeumo own goal. No. The goal was given to Konde, but that's not going to do well for Mbeumo's rating. That is just crazy bad luck, bro. 1-0 down to Barca. Bruno Fernandes waiting for the runner of Osimhen. The angle is difficult, but he makes it look so easy. Yoro dealing with Lamine Yamal really nicely. Uh-oh, Lenny Yoro gets his pocket picked by Pedri, and it's a chance for Barca. Livramento, no. His hands go straight up. An absolute blunder. On the breakaway, this is where Manchester United can really shine. We're getting the ball for Tielemans, who sees Mbeumo. This is his chance to prove his worth. Brian Mbeumo on his left foot. Oh, Juan Garcia, how do you stop that? Okay, we're again trying Mbeumo. If he can get this ball inside, but he's not able to get past Kabasi. Okay, counter-attack here. Mbeumo needs to play that ball for Osimhen. Has he hesitated too long? He has. Osimhen gets caught offside. And Barcelona do end up getting the win. This was not Mbeumo's best game, man. A 6.8 match rating. I know it's super harsh to be judging him based on just one game. He was so good for us last season. And I still think Mbeumo will have a part to play because he can even play a striker if needed. But I think the energy of Ahmad this season, he's improved so much. And hence we're making the decision to promote him as a starter. Okay, I don't get this though. How are we this bad in the Champions League? 20th? Last season we were 25th and we couldn't even make it to the knockout stages. At least this time we're going to be going through the playoffs, but still, for the team we have to not finish top 8 is kind of crazy. Because honestly, every position I feel like we've got a baller and also a really strong bench with so much variety. Well, I guess this explains it. Everything has been going into the Premier League this season because look at where we are, unbeaten. 11 points clear of Liverpool, 12 of Man City. I don't think we're going to have any problem winning the Premier League now. The gap is just too big. Now, as crazy as it sounds, we're alive in the FA Cup. Yes, we're in the playoffs in the Champions League. But against Atalanta, I still fancy myself. We're on for a treble here. Okay, we've already got the Atalanta fixture. Meno is not available for this, and that is why I'm so glad we've got depth. Santos can easily slot in and do a job. And come on, first leg, I want to see a win. And that's exactly what we get. Bruno Fernandes coming up clutch. And now the second leg against Atalanta. It's away from home, so it could be tricky. But we managed to hold it off. Bruno again in a big game. Well, I guess this is what happens when you don't get top 8. An unfavorable draw. And that's exactly what's happened to us. Manchester.
This is like Manchester United. Forget them.
Oh, nah. Are you kidding me, bro? But we managed to hold it off. Bruno again in a big game. Remember facing them in the group stages, and they did beat us. And if I'm not wrong, we were testing Mbumo in that game, and he had a bit of a stinker. But you know what? I have a feeling that Mbumo this game will get revenge. I'm gonna start him over Ahmad. It's a bit of an emotional decision, but I think it might pay off, bro. We need a good result in this first leg. And okay, it's a 2-all draw. Mbumo had a bit of a stinker, boys. 5.6 match rating. I'm sorry, guys. I think Ahmad is gonna have to play the second leg. By the way, guys, look at Cunha, top scorer of the Champions League alongside Gyökeres. I do feel like in this left midfield position, we've unlocked something about him. He's got way more freedom, and with Lewis Hall bombing forward, that left side is just lethal. And I'm just hoping it'll be enough to get through Barcelona. We're now playing them away from home. Ahmad is going to start this game ahead of Mbumo. It's 2-all from the first leg. Can we get the result at the Camp Nou? Oh, yes, we can. Cunha again. Forget Ahmad and Mbumo. It's Matthias Cunha who's been stepping up. Guys, after 30 games in the Premier League, look at where we are. We do end up losing that one game, but we're still 6 clear of Liverpool with the game in hand. The Premier League looks done. FA Cup, we've made it to the semi-finals. And looking at all the other teams, we look like the favorites. And Champions League, we've drawn Borussia Dortmund. If we can knock out Barca, I know we can knock out Dortmund. And oh yes, that is the perfect result. 2-0 in the first leg. I feel like second leg 2 now should be a cakewalk, and it is. And of course, in the semi-finals, it had to be a Manchester derby. Before this fixture, though, I do have a bit of a request from you guys. I need y'all to take a moment and follow me on Instagram. Apparently, guys, I'm not getting brand deals because my Instagram following is below 100k. I really need your help, guys. Get me to 100k, and in return I'll be doing a giveaway of 10 FC27 copies on Instagram, so please follow, bro. That's all I've got to say, bro.
Sure, follow.
Where have you? What did it?
Mbumo's now gone up to an 89. How do I choose between him and Ahmad? I think business end of the season, I'm gonna have to put an Mbumo in the lineup. Manchester derby, he's got more experience. And okay, I guess we get a draw in the first leg, can't complain. But the second leg, I feel like Ahmad has to get back in. And oh my days, we destroy Man City. Ahmad didn't score, but Bruno did. Menu as well. And just like that, Manchester United have made a Champions League final. I was not expecting to pull it off this season, especially when we finished 20th in the group. Meanwhile, we can also make our first step to the treble by winning the FA Cup against Fulham. For this, of course, there are quite a few rotations, but with the depth we've got, we were able to beat Fulham. Although it was a tough game, it went all the way to penalties. But that's trophy number 1. FA Cup secured. Make that do with the Premier League. The fact that we only lost 2 games throughout the season, man. 90 points. With Michael Carrick at the helm, I feel like we've really built a super team, man. And we've made realistic transfers, I'd say. I know a lot of you guys might still disagree, but this does feel like a Man United team that maybe in 2 seasons could pop up. But for now, it's time to complete the job. We could end up winning the treble against Real Madrid. I feel like now there's no debate. Ahmad has to start. Also, did you guys see that Bruno's overall is starting to go down? This might be the best chance we'll have to win the Champions League. I don't want to get through more seasons, especially if it means continuing without Bruno. Bro, I really want to see Bruno Fernandes lifting that Champions League trophy. We've already got him the Premier League. He's 33, bro. He's not got many more years left. And Ahmad here's on the ball attacking it. Who would have thought he'd be such a big part of this team? Almost getting a goal there. And there's Yan Diomande, Madrid's new signing, coming at us here. Good pass out wide for Vinny Jr., who signed a new contract for Madrid. And they're coming at us with everything they've got. Fede Valverde back out wide for Yan Diomande. And Lewis Hall has defended that so well. I think he should be able to get out of pressure as well. That's what he's done. Brilliant to see. And he's bombing forward. Lewis Hall is just tremendous. I can see why Man United want him. And now Matthias Cunha on the other end sees Lewis Hall, who keeps his run going. Lewis Hall, oh, the cutback was awful. Gotta say, this is one speciality about how Michael Carrick has set this team up. It can go from defense to attack so quickly. I completely forgot Madrid have Mbappe, bro. That is going to be tough. But Diomande clapped him. He still got the ball, though, which is so annoying. Looks for the boss. Menu, what an interception. Uh-oh, spaces have opened up, and I just Fernandes cannot defend there. We needed a save from Laments, but he can't. Mbappe has striked first in the Champions League final. All we can do is just keep our pressure up, wait for those moments, but we're making mistakes. Maybe it comes to Osimhen. Oh, he took Courtois out, but fair enough. Madrid avoid conceding there. Second half, let's see what we can do. We need to push for that equalizer ASAP. More than the equalizer, we might be at risk of conceding. Lewis Hall, brilliant. 60 minutes on the clock, and we're still struggling to create chances, and that's why changes are being made. Mbumo and Santos coming on, but it all won't matter if Mbappe and Madrid can create another chance and it's over. I don't think we're coming back from 2-0 down. It's not possible. I mean, it is possible if we get a goal right now, and Cunha is trying to make that happen. He goes through all by himself. Matheus Cunha. Maybe there is hope. 15 minutes. We need one more goal. Spaces are opening up. Osimhen is through. Has to score. He's got all the time in the world. Let's go. How have we pulled this off, boys? Manchester United is still alive. Shades of Sir Alex Ferguson. I cannot believe what we've pulled off, guys. And more changes are now being made for extra time. Bruno dropping deeper. Cunha playing at cam. Rashford coming on. Licha coming on. How big could this be for Marcus Rashford off the bench trying to create something? Still Rashi going for it, but it gets blocked. And it is going to be penalties to decide whether Man United can win the treble or not. Lamens, we need you to stop Real Madrid. If you stop this penalty from Mbappe, it would be huge, but it's Kylian Mbappe. Similarly, I would bet my house on Bruno scoring his penalty. There you go. Okay, Jude Bellingham's got aura, man. He ain't missing. Jude never misses. And no, he's missed. Lamens, what a save. Confident about Osimhen as well. He's a good striker of the ball. There you go. We've made that save with Bellingham. That kind of keeps me a bit of calm. But if we make another save, not happening. And Mbumo's come off the bench. A chance to be the hero. Can he pull it off? I think I'm going to go right, and it's in the top corner. Would be kind of funny if Trent misses against Man United. I would love to see that happen, but no. Okay, Marcus Rashford, he's a good striker of the ball. One of the best penalty takers, I think. But can he keep his composure? That's the question. Of course he can. Jan Diomande, Madrid's new signing, being sent to take the 5th penalty. And well, he stepped up. Matheus Cunha, probably been our best player overall in these 2 seasons. We've used him everywhere. And now he can be the hero. What is Cunha going to do? He's going to be cheeky. No! I thought I could do the Panenka. I think I may have blown it, guys. Fede Valverde scores. I may have blown it. Why did I have to do that, boys? Lewis Hall scores. Tchouaméni, come on, I dived the right way. Now all my luck is gone. Lisandro Martinez scores his penalty. I still can't believe what I did with Cunha, bro. We're now going to have to rely on making a save. I can't believe Lamens. I'm literally guessing everything right, but he can't get anything. Andrea Santos goes down the middle. It works. Are we going to see a miss from Real Madrid? Like, this is getting crazy. On penalties. I can't believe it, guys. We've bottled the Champions League. I'm in the league last season. Carrick, I think I need his help. Okay, first option is Florian Wirtz. There is Musiala is the transfer we need to make to get back to that Champions League final. And there you go. All contributions up to defend our Premier League. Ventus in the round of 16. Oh, we're missing Osimhen in this game? I think we should still be fine, though. And looks like we... I do know what off. I do feel like we've learned from the opener, and yes, just don't let PSG get a goal back instantly. And no, are we going to do that? Laments with the entire at Laments, and he gets his redemption. The entire trophy is heading back to Old Trafford. Redemption after losing that final on penalties. 3 seasons, and with the help of AI Michael Carrick, we've brought back the glory days to Manchester. If you enjoyed this video, watch me manage Chelsea with all their new
This is how it goes.